I have a good hair day today, but not Christina. Christina doesn't. We were encouraged by some of the comments we received in private, but also on our channel regarding our relocation to another country. And we decided to film a vlog about how to change something in your life after 40 and what's our perspective on this topic. What are some of the things we did in order to be able to start over in some aspects, also in order to be able to make big changes. This vlog will be about how to practically change your life after 40. We're gonna give you some tips from our experience because we started to think about doing something different in our lives when I was 39, 2017, I think. The first thing for us and the most important thing for us is faith. When we say faith, we don't necessarily mean faith in yourself or faith in the universe, but faith in God. We are Christians and we try to put everything in perspective when it comes to God, try to relate everything to Him. So that's why every time we make a change or a move, we trust God that everything's gonna work fine. Until now it did, so
and it worked.
And it worked. So for us, it's the first aspect. It's a major thing. A second aspect will be health. Before any change, especially if you're over 40, it's important to be at least reasonable healthy, because it's really difficult if you have a condition or you're unable to move a lot. If you have health, this is the bare minimum in order to start thinking about doing something radical in you or change your life in some aspects or move to another country. Health, this is an important aspect.
Another thing that we thought about is when you are 40, you kind of enter the other half of your life. If you get to be 80, for instance, but you are getting closer to the end of your life, this will be the moment that you can do this change, because as the time goes, you will not have so much motivation maybe to do everything. So this is also an opportunity to challenge yourself. Think of it as a new beginning. Find the courage to start something, to do something new, to try something new, to challenge yourself.
Yeah, she's right. Find the inner gut to step out of your comfort zone, to be courageous. It's a huge step when you think about it, because we all lack the courage to change. Another tip is to plan in advance. When we decided to move to Spain, we planned for about 6 months and it wasn't enough. Look for things online, sell your stuff, prepare.
If you are moving to another country, make sure you learn the language a little bit.
Yeah, yes.
Because,
at least conversational, because it's difficult if you're moving to another country and you don't speak at all. We tell you from experience, we don't speak Spanish and it's frustrating and challenging. So learn in advance, prepare in advance, put money aside. Try to put money aside to have like a buffer when you're moving, or when you're preparing for a new career path, or when you are trying you want to see the world in 1 year. Put money aside, prepare in advance. I would say that 1 year in advance is a good start. Another thing is make a list with pros and cons. We always do this when we have a major thing going. Why should I do this? Why should I don't do it? Am I able to do it? Am I not? In the end, if you draw the line and it's 50-50, try to find more negatives, more positives. But that's just, we are constructed as a people, as a family. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to do the same thing, but at least it's always good to see where you're at and to put everything down. Sometimes it takes days to finish the list, weeks probably. Another thing, important thing, is don't listen to everybody. and especially negative people. Unfortunately, these negative comments could be from friends, from family, from usually they are from people you are close with. If it's constructive criticism, yes, listen to it, think about it. But if it's like, are you out of your mind? These kinds of negative comments are not helping you, and don't mind them, ignore them. Just simply ignore them and do your thing. Another thing would be, don't mind the age patterns. Probably you've heard, oh, you're already 30, you have to settle down, you have to be more, homey. These are patterns, and if you plan big moves, big changes, you have to think out of the box. Don't listen to people who say, well, son, you're almost 40, or you're 40, or you're over 40. You have kids, you need stability, you need this and that. No one knows your family dynamics better than you do. We knew how we are constructed as a family, how our kids are constructed. It was a good decision that we moved, and we don't regret anything. Age can be very tricky. If you're constantly thinking, I passed 30, I passed 40, you get stuck not doing anything because you're either too old or you're too young to start something. Judge for yourself. Don't let age be your enemy. Live with it, own it. Maybe there's a chance you will fail, and if you're prepared mentally, it will be easier. And even if you fail,
learn from your
learn from it.
Your mistakes.
But just to be prepared, make a mental note. Well, there's a chance it's not gonna happen, or if it's happening, maybe I'm not gonna take it through. I'm not gonna succeed. It's better to be prepared than be ready. Then better not to not be ready. Sacrifice, a very important aspect, especially if you're moving to another country or you're giving up your job to pursue a new career. Sacrifice is a very important aspect, because if you're not willing to sacrifice something, it's not gonna happen. And even if it's for a while, you still have to sacrifice. For example, we sacrificed our comfort of life in Austria in order to move here and start sort of speaking from scratch. We sacrificed that, but we knew what we're sacrificing for. Good weather, a very relaxed living here, but that was on the list. When we made the list, that was on our list. So, but we were prepared to sacrifice some things. Also, we were prepared to sacrifice, I wouldn't say relations, because if you have good friends and your family is supportive, you won't sacrifice this, but the distance. We don't see our friends and our family so much, except online. But this is a thing we were prepared to sacrifice, that we are not very close to them. If you're not willing to cut something, it's not gonna happen. Doubt. This is not a tip, more just us saying that it's okay to have doubt. It's okay to be doubtful of the new challenge. But doubt is okay, because it tends to put everything in perspective and to double check things. So if you have doubts, it's okay, especially if your change in life is a big one. It's okay to have doubts and to reconsider and to think everything through, and again. We had our doubts so many times when we took the kids out of school for a while and we did homeschooling. There were so many doubts that we are not ready, they will not be prepared for life, and there were reasonable doubts, but in the end it worked out for us. I would say it's not a tip, but it's definitely something worth considering and taking in account.
I think this will come. Even if you don't take it into consideration, it will come. It's a natural thing to doubt.
So think of doubt as a helper. Use doubt to be more sharp and to double check everything before you do anything. Remember, this is a video for people after 40. Another aspect is to consider your midlife crisis. If you have one, consider it and sort of embrace it. It's gonna happen sooner or later, maybe not exactly at 40, but maybe at 39 or 44. In my case, I felt somehow stuck and depleted of purpose, and that's why there was a good thing that we made these changes. Midlife crisis is definitely something to adapt to and be prepared for. Also talk about midlife crisis with your partner. Be very open about it and talk about how you feel and what are your dreams, your plans. Discuss it very openly, and there's always a solution.
If you have kids, involve them in everything that happens and make things exciting for them. Try to motivate them all the time. You will need to have a lot of patience because the results will be seen
Various.
a little bit later than expect. Have a little patience. Communicate with the kids all the time. Make things fun for them.
Also, don't expect that it's gonna work out. In our case, one of our daughters still hasn't adapted to Spanish life after 4 months, but now she's having a new friend. She spent some time at her house, so things are starting to be better. But definitely involve your kids in everything that is a big move. Maybe moving to another city, maybe switching your job and having other work hours or something similar. Build on your skills. What I mean by that, when we decided to move here, we thought about, well, what are we going to do? What do we know? So we know photography, obviously. That's why we translated our website into Spanish. That's why we started to insert ads in various Spanish online websites. That's why we are doing photography for tourism. So we built on our skills, on what we know so far. If you know a language, like for example we speak German, you can really use that if you know a language for various online jobs when you relocate. Definitely build on your skills. Think about what you can do, what added value you can bring to the place you're going to move, and how can you turn that into income. It's definitely a process of thinking and worth considering, and you have to be proactive about it. A very important thing is to be flexible and adapt to circumstances, adapt to culture, in our case to a new life, to people, to things that we are not familiar with, to food, of course, prices, and don't compare. Oh, I lived there and life was so good there and I had that and this, and don't compare. Just be happy and try to adapt in every situation. Be flexible. Don't overanalyze everything. It's not good for your health. Very important. Be sensitive to friends and family. They will not understand your decision, and probably most of them have a genuine concern about your decision and why you want to change something they're familiar with. Most of them are genuinely concerned. Some of them are jealous, but that's another thing. But be sensitive and try to explain. Don't overdo it. Just try to explain this is your decision and you want to do this. Be sensitive to your most inner circle. So did you take some pictures?
I did.
Of the this one or of this one? These are like aliens cocoons from the movie Alien 3, 4, 2. From what movie? Yeah, guys, this was our vlog for today. It's a short vlog, but
useful. I mean, useful.
Yeah, hopefully useful for you. Nobody does it better than we did it. Are we high-nosed? This has been fun today. I hope it has brought some more insight from our perspective, how we changed a part of our life, not everything. Some things are still the same, some things are still difficult. If you enjoyed this vlog, please subscribe and click on this little like button there. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.